we were discussing about the cosine transform and its existence and its invertibility. We'll continue the discussion further. So the question is, we had discussed about a new transform from ft cos omega t dt when it is integrated from minus infinity to infinity. So it is a area under the not only function but a weighted function. So this is the function cos omega t. For omega as a parameter becomes another function, weight function, given function, a specific weight function, product of these two, and area under this curve from minus infinity to infinity. So if it exists, the question is it invertible? What does it mean? What is the meaning of invertibility? When we perform an operation, can we, for first operation we have input ft, ft gives rise to f omega. It's unique, so we will get some value if it exists. Suppose if it exists, then the question is whether this f omega, from f omega, can we get back this ft? I will give a simple example. Suppose if, just for understanding, suppose if I have got two numbers 3 and 4 and addition is a process. So 3 plus 4 is equal to 7. So it is unique. For given input set, the output is unique. Is it invertible? No. From 7 I can't get 3 and 4 back at all. So addition is addition of two numbers is a transformation where for given set of inputs output is unique, but that is not 1 to 1. It is many to 1. So 2 plus 5 can also be 7. 1 plus 6 can also be 7, and so on and so forth. So it is not invertible. Then next, suppose if I am having another operation. So I have number a and I transform it into another number a square. I transform it into another number a square. So for given a, do I get unique number? Yes. So for knowing a, I can find a square. But the question is, from a square can I find a back? Now I am confused. Confused in the sense that just like previous case where addition of 3 plus 4 was 7. Knowing 3 and 4 I can find 7. But knowing 7 I can find 3 and 4 back because there are multiple options, not a unique option. But now suppose if number is 2, I square to be 4, or number is 3, I square to be 9. From 3 I get 9. But from 9 can I get 3 back? So it is a question which tempts me to give the answer yes, but not a sounding yes. So from 9 I can get 3 back, but not only 3. One more thing is, from 9 I get, so 3 gives rise to 9. Similarly minus 3 also gives rise to 9. So it is again not 1-to-1 transform, but not many to 1 also. It is a 2-to-1 transform. So it is pair invertible or image invertible. So for a number 3, its transform, square transform is 9. So square transform is not fully invertible, is image invertible. So a number, the inverse transform of 9, that is square root, will give me either 3 or minus 3. So given 9, you can simply say that the original number was either 3 or minus 3, only 2. Now if I do one more thing, I will perform another transform. I perform another transform, that is a cube transform. So if I perform a cube transform, what will happen? 3 cube would be 27. Minus 3 cube would be minus 27. So cube transform will say directly in 1:1 invertible. So it is cube root. Now again here we assume that the numbers are real. So a cube is invertible because here there is no question of ambiguity of plus minus. But this 3 and minus 3 we get 9. So inverse transform, I land up in a jumbling state, not a completely undecided state. So if you say that yes, one more thing, that is sine. So sine plus and square root of 9, that is 3. So you means in case of a transform where it can exist from one and its image, you need one more separation. So like this, here we find that the transform, cosine transform, you can take few things. The problem is that cosine is an even function. So cos of minus x is cos x. Therefore, if I take one function that is like this and other function, this is e raised to minus t ut. It is e raised to minus t ut, and this is e raised to t u of minus t, e raised to t u of minus t. For both of these functions, so these two are symmetric functions around, means this is original function and its mirror image. So mirror image, or in general we can say that if t leads to f c omega, then f of minus t will also lead to same function because cos is an even function. Therefore, from ft you can find fc omega, but its inverse will also include f of minus t. Its inverse will also include f of minus t, so there is jumbling. So as to clear this what we can say jumbling, what I will do, I will take one more transform. That is, instead of cos, I will take fs omega, that is minus infinity to infinity f of t sine of omega t dt, sine of omega t dt. Now what will happen here? So there is a function ft, its cosine transform if f c omega, and its sine transform is fs omega. Now if I know both, in that case, now for the sine transform, is it unique? So from ft I can find its sine transform, but sine function is odd function. Odd function means sine of minus t is minus sine t. So if I have one function like this and other function like this, then these are anti-symmetric. So for this function I will get some sine transform, and for this function I will get same sine transform. So minus of f of minus t will also give me, so both of these will give me same transform. So sine transform and cosine transform are image invertible. We will just continue in 5 minutes. Thank you.